point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very important segment when they come through the Talking Points platform. My name is Mohamed Kago, and today on the 15th of January 2022, we get interesting items there. First thing first, we go for a look at the reasons where Dr. Alpha Kanu, one of the strong APC orator, he don't left APC, he don't join SLPP, and he give a reason to that. And again, in the program, we go highlight 5 things then will be define the SLPP government led by President Dio. And you say get the opportunity for send your comment and we go read it. And also this program, and don't forget they come to on YouTube live, TPP Leone. So stay tuned and we can quickly analyze the issues there quickly.
Talking Point platform for news every day now we country alone for education, entertainment. Political affairs, TTPTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TTPTV.
Yeah, so family, let me go straight to the point. Now, I know say a lot of people don't see this message. A lot of people don't follow up this particular because probably these are one of the most interesting cabinet reshuffle where President Bio successfully take one of the strong pillar of the APC, Winner Alpha Kanu. And what does this mean? And how are you going to understand saloon politicians in? What you going to learn from this? For tell you say, most of the politicians in Sierra Leone, more than 90% of them, more than that, their own interest they can force. This is a lesson. Well, for Alpha Kanu, it's not surprising, but there are a lot of things where they within between this, a lot of things and they behind the scenes where force Alpha Kanu for joining the APC and for joining the SLPP and left APC. So we get some facts there now. We will get up from some of our sources. We can highlight them for now again. But before we go further, let me just make a throwback and bring on the reasons and where this man supports for make it decide finally for left APC. More or less, we'll say we could say na your father or mother or whatever. So like in your main party where this not the policy where bring APC in power. That was 2007. You know, he worked with the government up to the dying point. You know, now we take a clip where Alpha Kanu they actually reveal intention about the country, about himself, about everything where he stands for. Take a look at this.
As the Kise Patini, Aretika can the pro. Aretika can the pro, the Sunday go down. Even time they come for President Komon-Tok, when they want to now, and they can't left whip and dark. Next they come, but not left we. Now President Komon-Tok say, but me are not going to. Say because the law again at this country, and say, oh, I get driver license 1 term, now 1 term no more than the renewal. If me can ask now for renewal and 2 term, it's like they broke the law. Say so they go. So we all they cry. Myself now having they cry. Now me that the first person will say, President Komon-Tok, you deserve a 3rd term. You sit on back. Now he tell me say Alpha, I know the plan. We go Morocco. July last year. Now I say, I say this 3rd term business. Now I say, look, go and vex for me. Now I say, I know the talk again. So I say, if you they go, who they left you? Now I say, but most people don't come over to APC. Now we 3 being go left. Now somebody say, I live for Nana McKinney. Now I say, particularly 10 people there. Now I say, write the name down. We don't write the name down. Now I say, hey, I say, then 10 people and they don't. I say, we not sabi them. I say, well, me let them write my name now. Myself, I want. Me and your apprentice. Now he writes the name number 11. I say, no, then they far. I say, until them, you don't write the other one then. I say, me, you write a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, not change the people for 1. So, I'm going to apprentice 0. Nobody know that again. I don't tell President Nkrumah, say, we want for following work people now. We'll go to Chief just now. Chief Bauru Mansare. Chief Alhaji Mansare of Sinkunia also. The talk where they talk is that they say that they can't do this work now. Kabbalah for we. We want posted where Sabi President Nkrumah. We know we want him for one for do. So if never they go, we don't know how they give the driver. But when this apprentice, if they get Kabbalah no they also because people they talk say before you born the chief, who die they born. Born in wife, not so. My wife like Kabbalah come out one cup of cola. Not to have it. Or say, or Kelelu. President Nkrumah no they go. It is not there no more. They didn't have the apprentice. So now that I come for can't tell you now Kabbalah. Do ya? APC na on a party na no more get sorry for this nation. The work around do Iboku and more there for do agenda for prosperity. They put money in a pocket. Agenda for prosperity now for the farmers. Agenda for prosperity now for the young people. We are going to give President Nkrumah a chance for let done their agenda for prosperity. But if you know there before, let him decide the side of his apprentice. For let we go able to carry this motor car.
Okay, Fambul, that was Alpha Kanu where they reveal intention. I mean, when we look at this person, this was one of the key attitudes of the APC victory back then in 2007, even the second time. But, you know, there are times, certain time, you get to understand destiny. Not to everybody got destiny for be president. Not to everybody got destiny for big flag bearership, black flag bearer. Not to everybody got destined for reach the highest office in the land. This is how God make people make mortal man. If you look at Alpha Kanu, he ended up for now several ministries, from mines, from foreign affairs, from these political affairs, for spokesperson for the party and everything. But all of those not be satisfied. What he be satisfied? What he be want for make it be a flag bearer? The flag bearer wouldn't deny now the key. The key sort of like bonats, because in the look at and say, it don't work, it don't help, it don't push the party, it don't help for let Nkrumah win 2 times. So therefore, it for be the immediate person for gain the flag bearership. Because if back then, not everybody be aware about Samura, Dr. Samura, not everybody. In fact, there was a slogan for them be say, "Una sabia, una sabia." But I mean that this is how God 90 mark for person for 90 give power. I mean, a lot of spectators then they look at some of the sources so we get. Now, when Alpha Kanu be in our minds, there was more than 40 million American dollar will be lost. More than 40 million. This is according to confidential information. Where this money be lost, this now be first president's bill for reshuffle for Pulande. Now, when this CEO, the Commission of Inquiry, then set him up, we know say some of the key people and people of interest, now the key big alleged in SL and APC, where the commission be target, and Alpha Kanu one of them. Well, because a man is so cunning, he play on politics, he try at least for lean to the SLPP to President Bio for make them not call him by the COI. Then be even get a temporary position on the NACOVA, the COVID team, because of the past experience of Ebola and so on and so forth. So these are one of the things, and people that look at political analysts, the spectators, they look at one of the reasons again where this man moved towards SLPP. It's not about the inclusiveness. So all that person will say, oh, what's in bad if you join SLPP because they work for the country. But a lot of people and spectators and then they point to the fact that this man, he join SLPP for protect in loot, for protect waiting he don't make for himself. Because if he not be doing, Then we go after him, and they know in position, they know in strength, they know what he do. So this is not just like for save yourself. Because if you look at the position in India right now, resident minister Northwest, you don't get any significance. I mean, look at people like Alpha Kanu, who I know who creates. I mean, Ministry of Mines, you don't come on, political affairs. I mean, you don't chop the key area then. I mean, you don't be very close to the seat of power. They don't make decision in the country. So this particular position then is not about the country. It's not about the position itself. It's about in align with the current government, save in loot, and then for at least go scot-free. This is why we believe of recent time, say the COI, the Commission of Inquiry, now just bogus, now just wasted time, wasted money, waste everybody in aspiration. Because in our journey, it politically biased, and President Bio not doing for the genuine interest of the country. Because people like Alpha Kanu, therefore we don't take them people there, they can't then go to COI, then go prove they're wrong or right. Because there was no way absolutely when this man begets a problem in the Ministry of Mines, where in fact they be set also an inquiry where they be, I mean, suspect allegations, and they're very strong allegations of this kind of money will be lost, where we never see anything come up from there. Even when President Bio and President Bada and President Kuma Bide will not see any big action. What we just see them pull them from one ministry, then send another history, which was even bad again, because they get an allegation against them. And so, I mean, sometimes the way we politicians they play with is so funny. So the people that when they move on, they say, President, we don't do well. The president, we don't do well for the country. This and this, and they look at that. I mean, it's too late. President Bio is too late for let it do any significant changes for do inclusiveness. It's too late. No, I mean, within our electionary year now, 2022, because next year we'll get election. So this one, you know, they appeal to the mind of the voters, the electorates there. I mean, some people don't mature in terms of politics, in terms of thinking. I mean, the analysis and the information out there don't they help people and for diagnose and see between what is right, what is wrong, what is. I mean, then they understand the politics. Now, politics for like just kapoo and fool people, and so I mean, it don't different. Back then, 20 years ago, where internet not there, I mean, the media was muzzled, the media and one-sided, but now everybody get opportunity at least for get access to information, for let you digest that information and they clearly understand what they happen. And like this, and they're happy right now. Now that make we there at TPP for continue for supporting out information. Don't I say make a befitting decision whenever I come to the area of voting. We get a long way to go. We get a lot of things to do as a country. We need to put more effort in the sincerity of the country, the love, and we make sure say those people that will actually mean well for the country that for votes for. But even if you look at the old politicians there, they stand at the country. I mean, we know we just wish one day no more they all vanish. If that's possible, at least we count a new fresh mind, new fresh blood. People that will get broad thinking away, at least they want push the country from A to even Z. I mean, we don't let beyond as a country because of this politician there. And some politicians, they don't get the farm force, they don't believe themselves, they not get patient. And this is not about SLPP alone, even APC be doing back, APC be doing with them being in power. And then take some key Musa Tarawali, then take like some key SLPP people and bring them kind inside, you know. But that was back then, you know. And this is how politics they play at the country. When APC can have power additional back, it go see after 2-3 years, they will take some key SLPP then bring them kind inside back. Why? Because so many things, the blackmailing for protecting their loots and many other things. And so this is not something new. But this is not just a wake-up call for Sierra Leoneans and for we wise up and know exactly. Let's try to understand the kind of politicians that we get. We not get statesmen, we get politicians. Because there's a difference between statesmen and politicians. What do we get out of the country? More than 90% are politicians. Politicians, and they look on how they protect their own interest, on how they go win the next election, on how they go protect their own roots. Whilst a statesman, then they look about the next generation. how the next generation will live, how the next generation will go to school, how the next generation will be financially, gain employment, how the economy will grow after 20 years. These are the very few people we get in our country where they not even get the voice. Majority of we get now people do not get any significant interest for the country. So this is a wake-up call. This, don't move this, don't pull this one aside. Now look at the things and we define the things that we define the SLPP government in 2021. We can look at probably 5 of these things there. One of the things, of course, people that don't watch about the government reshuffle. This now was like a musical chair, if you want to put and so. We see several cabinet changes occur in the year. We see the results where looking at Dr. Austin Demby, where they appoint her as Minister of Health, where Dr. Ture Senisi replaced Dr. Denis Sandi, where that be one controversial minister back then on land people and land. We see again Dr. Alpha Uri, then they replace her with Professor Aye Kema of as Minister of Technical and Higher Education. And we also see the Chief Minister, then Professor David Francis, they move on from the Chief Minister to Foreign Affairs Minister. And we see again JJ Safar replace him from Minister of Finance to the Chief Minister. And we also see a lot of, Minister Nabila Tunis, they also appoint a Western region. And we also see on the very government cabinet reshuffle, we see a lot of the agriculture minister, Dennis Vandy, also become the new finance minister. And so in total, President Bio in government now stand at 28 ministers and 26 deputy ministers, 1 minister of state, 4 resident ministers, making the number 59 people where gets the title as minister. Now let's move to the next one. These are the one thing. We'll look at 5 things here. Electricity. Now we see, despite the fact that many ambitious projects there, like the Lunge Bridge, they abandon or maybe they don't delay, or maybe we not even see any kind of significant. But however, we see the completed Transco, the SLGS line, now where they serve districts there, 7 districts across the country. And this, it will increase, according to government, it will increase electricity access to 31%. Some 27 communities along the transmission area, the corridor, they also will be electrified from their area. So this commissioning of the rural mini grid, where now like a 4 small pilot system in 54 chiefdoms with 8,000 households. With 7 districts, improve electricity supply, where we believe, say, at least this, if they sustain this program, it will make a big difference in the lives of people. This is now one of the things we defined the SLPP government back in 2021. And on top of this, again, the $270 million airport terminal project, where the Turkish Suma Group commence. We'll not see much of it, but now one of the things we define the 2021 government of President Bio. Now, let's move another one again. We look at the area of the judiciary. The judiciary, of course, we see a little bit of excitement from people there, because notably we see a high-profile case like when they take Dr. Kande Yumkela for an allegation of being Tusim, when the judiciary finally make a conclusion and throw the case out of the court and allow for it continue with in parliamentarian work. And this may make a lot of people then not say yes. In fact, this is not the right direction, and this will make Salon move forward, because if the judiciary independent, definitely big difference will take place. Now, again, another thing where people pay attention very, very well, now football. We see in 2021, the Leone Star, after decades, we finally make it to the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Tomorrow, we play Ivory Coast, and we want nothing less than victory. That is our wish, that is our prayer, that is our hope, and we know that the boys will deliver. And this particular football rally the country, and this is one of the things we make the year be so sweet for we. That is number 3, and logo not number 3. Now we see again the audit service. The audit service. We see many criticism of the Auditor General, where them be pulling power people and civil society, international community, bystanders, them, opposition party, they ask, why now? This was one of the things where be mad social media. Just few days before the Auditor General for release the audit of 2020, the audit report 2020, it gets suspended and deputy, and right now then they set an investigation for Sierra Alpha. Then will for investigate some of the things that they alleged to do. That's now the number 4. Look at the last one. We see Black Johnson, the 55 million grant from China, way for construct harbor, and this particular subject, this particular project, we get a lot of work, a lot of criticism from people and environmentalists. They're not glad because they look at, this fish harbor will cause a lot of problem for the locals. It will pollute the water and so on and so forth. But however, government, they go ahead with this particular project regardless of the criticism. So these are the few things there. We get more, but Lord just take more. The census now that thing we're mad, where we also define the government of President Bio, count me, no count me. We see the EU remove themselves, we see the World Bank remove themselves, or because the census be controversial, opposition party, they're not supporting, a lot of people they say, timely, not called for. And we also see the tanker, there was a problem. We all see where more than 100 of compatriots them lost their life because of this devastating accident will take place. So in 2020, these are the things that will take place, and it be mark a very, very tough, in generally, a tough environment of political tension at the country, praises, no praises, and like just as usual, divided, and from one side, praise the president, the government, another side, then their own criticism and so on and so forth. We're in the middle. We always try to look at waiting good for Salon. So I know say people are not be they follow, some are not follow. So if you not be they follow or you don't forget, we just refresh your mind the things that we define the SLPP government in 2021. So we go tap the program here. We believe say yes, we all get a role for play as Sierra Leoneans, but we continue to do the good work. We're not gonna order Salon, we're not gonna order country. At least we for be part of development. No, we not take and say not to me business. Now let them try it. No, these are the things we actually don't put with BN. If we all be so active for participate, people I not get time. Yeah, we all not get time. But believe me, if you spend 10-20 minutes out of you own 24 hours we get for the interest of the country. If we want to put 20 minutes every day with a gear and genuinely, constructively push for the country, believe me, in 5 to 10 years, Salon will be a different place. Genuinely, sincerely, we'll do it for the good of all. But we don't see now people that don't turn more, particularly in the country, people within inside Salon, people that know they get voice again for say something, even when somebody see the truth, they're afraid for talk. And these are the type of democracy right now we're facing. But I believe things then will change. People and improvements will take place as time progress. So tomorrow, we darling Leone start to play Ivory Coast. By God in power, we come with the analysis here. We will play for some of the interesting parts. And stay tuned. My name is Alhaji Kabo. I tell you plenty. Thank you. These are the things that we'll get here for now. We'll come back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Talking point platform.